Hey,
Hello.
it's working.
How's it going?
Okay, yeah. How are you?
Pretty good, pretty good. Kind of bored.
Yeah, that's how this is.
Yeah, I suppose. Should we do like an official AlmaMAC?
You
Okay.
should probably
I
put
feel
a
like we've never really
message.
scripted anything. Huh?
You can put a message and pin it so people know what it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah. So if you're now tuning in, I'm Sean,
And
and
I am Adam.
yeah, and we co-host a radio show every week, called the AlmaMAC, where we interview graduate students across campus at McMaster, and we learn about their work on our radio station on campus. However, we don't have access to the radio station right now, so we're going to do it from the comfort of our homes. So Adam, if you you have to hold down the comment to pin it, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I have to like hold it the whole time?
No, just like once, tap it or something
Okay.
about pin. I don't know.
Maybe that did something. No?
No.
Okay.
It's fine.
Okay, well, I feel like if people are tuning in, they know what they're getting themselves into.
Yeah.
So, how's your week going? What are you up to?
I have no rhythm at all, like no routine, really. I have rhythm. I have no routine of work, I think. Right now, it feels like I work on times when I shouldn't be working, and
Mhm.
I relax when I should be working. I don't know. It's not easy.
No, do you have like a normal sleep wake up schedule? Do you like
No, everything is sorted.
Okay.
It's out the door.
I find that has stuck around for me. Like I still wake up and go to sleep at roughly the same time, but same thing with work. I it's not consistent. I don't know. I don't know how to do it.
Yeah. So if people can drop messages in the comments to let us know what they're doing to help them keep a routine or to just get through this. Like, what are you doing to get through this, really, is a question.
Yeah, I'm curious how many people are able to work at home
Yeah.
and how many people are actually just out of all sorts of work.
Hmm.
I know my girlfriend, who is in the background and probably doesn't want to be on camera, is she's a student doing undergrad stuff, so she's finishing off classes. But the place that she works is a food service place, and it just closed indefinitely. So
Yeah.
knowing what to do with yourself after school is going to be it's going to be something.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, someone's saying very slow being productive. Oh, yeah. And those students that were supposed to graduate this year, there's no convocation, it seems like. They have to have an online, which is, yeah.
Yeah, I personally didn't go to mine, but
Yeah, but it's
um,
important for a lot of people, for sure.
yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I mean, at least they're not getting forced into another semester. At least like they're finishing the semester and everything.
Hmm.
But
Yeah.
I was talking to my supervisor about people who are going to be starting internships or things like that.
Hmm.
That's totally getting messed up at this point.
Yeah, and for students whose research will have to be delayed because of this, um, like grad students specifically, I don't know what's going to happen if they have to return for another semester.
Hmm.
Yeah, there's so many, no one knows anything right now, so just
Yeah.
don't do anything. Don't fall into the trap of, oh, I have to be productive because I'm home. No one, like the world is in a state
Yeah.
of uncertainty right now. So I don't think we should really be prioritizing trying or forcing ourselves to be productive because this is not a thing we've experienced before, you know?
Hmm. I think like a perfect example of that is my supervisor has canceled all of our group meetings indefinitely, but we're keeping our Wednesday just casual lunch sessions.
Hmm.
We're all getting on Zoom and just having like regular conversation.
Wow. Yeah, I
Yeah,
know a lot of supervisors are still hosting like virtual lab meetings, or they're doing what you're doing, or they're doing a combination of both.
yeah. I'm sure he wouldn't be upset if we talked about research, but
Yeah.
oh,
If we're
refinding patterns.
hmm, refinding, I have considered multiple times just picking up my violin, actually, again, because I haven't picked it up in a minute. Um, but then everyone's at home, so I don't want to be practicing my violin and it sounds bad and screechy or something. Yeah.
Hold on.
And as
That's
for
a
new
good idea.
things, no. New things I've just been sleep. I haven't been able to sleep for a very long time, so I'm capitalizing on sleeping. That's a new thing.
Hey, you got to do. I mean, this is perfect time. This is a perfect opportunity.
Yeah.
I'm watching a lot more TV and movies.
Yeah.
I feel like I really used to like that a lot, but I haven't in years and years and years. So I'm catching up on all sorts of stuff. But I should also pick up the violin. I just
You have a violin? What?
yeah
I didn't know that.
yeah. I used to play a long time ago. We should
Wow.
maybe practice and next week have a duet.
I don't know how that's going to turn out, but we can try.
I haven't played in so long. My parents just moved to Hamilton maybe 2 years ago, and they brought all this stuff, and they had the violin in tow, so I brought it over.
Violin
Yeah.
duet, always
Nice.
great, especially when it's amateur.
Yeah, if it's the screechier, the better.
We can do it right now. Actually, no, my violin needs tuning. I haven't tuned it since like a month ago or something. So, no, we're
Mhm.
not doing that. Okay, next one. Yeah,
I
so let
find
us, pardon?
I was just gonna say I've started playing a little bit of guitar and tuning those two different instruments. I never realized how primitive the tuning on violins are.
What do you mean?
Hi, hello you. The tuning pegs are just friction fit, right? It's just like
Yeah.
a wooden rod or dowel or whatever stuck into
Hmm.
a wooden hole, and you just jam it in deeper to keep it from. Well, the guitar tuners are all mechanical.
Yeah.
They have little
Yeah.
gears and they lock in it. I don't know why violins don't take those.
Hmm.
Run with
Yeah.
it.
It's interesting.
Um,
Um,
welcome to
but
Violin Cast.
yeah. If you're now tuning in, we co-host a weekly radio show on campus at McMaster, and we interview graduate students about their research, essentially. But that's not what we're doing right now. We're just talking about how we're getting through this period of uncertainty and mess, if you
hmm
can call it that.
The number one thing I've been hearing from my friends who are also grad students is how it's been sort of like a yo-yo, an emotional roller coaster.
Yeah,
Like periods of really taking advantage of the time off and enjoying yourself, and then periods of just feeling completely useless and just down.
yeah, yeah. That's been me. I actually asked on Twitter for people's advice on what they're doing, and um, a lot of people said like establishing some kind of routine. So people will go for a jog or they get their coffee in the morning and they just start like they work in blocks, like they do work for X amount of hours and take break, then work for another few hours and take a break, then whatever. That's not been working for me. I find myself like bouncing between like extreme hours of productivity where I do nothing, like I don't even like really eat sometimes. And then I just take a very long extended break of nothingness. Um, or I'm just snacking the entire day. Like there's no in between for me so far.
Yeah, I mean, I think some people are just better at being, really rhythmic and, fitting your cycle, or I don't know, the first thing you said. And some people are much better the way that you work. And I don't know if it's a bad thing to work in spurts like that.
Yeah.
I
Someone
saw a
asked
question. Oh yeah, sorry, you go.
if we define our purpose or value by our productivity too much.
Yeah.
100%, especially in grad school.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel
That's
like now
basically my
everyone's feeling it.
personality. Yeah.
Pardon?
I feel like productivity is my personality. Like if I'm not working on something, I just feel bad, even though like
Mhm.
on vacations I can feel bad for no reason, just because I'm not working on anything. That's not good.
It's a trap. It's definitely a
Yeah.
trap. And I think this time is allowing all of us to really sit back and really think about what is important. Like, what do we value, right? Like, do we value these moments of productivity? Do we value just spending time checking in with ourselves? Do we value checking in with other friends? Like, this is a time where I am faced with that right now. Like, do I FaceTime all of my friends all day? Do I work all day? Like, how do I balance that?
Yeah, it's tough. Um, I don't know. I think if I were to schedule anything, it wouldn't necessarily be hours of work or something, but probably just scheduling social interaction. I usually tend to the, withdrawing and not being super extroverted. But I think to keep myself on a normal schedule, it's probably best to schedule in speaking to other people other than my my dog. I
Yeah.
think that's going to be the key for me. I don't know what other people feel, but
hmm
I don't
Tolliver
know.
says snacking and nothingness have been a mood, honestly. I feel that. I feel that. For me, because I am very, very extroverted, I'm never home. I'm always out, I'm always doing things, seeing people, and never just sitting in my home. So this has been quite interesting, to say the least.
Have you like had a chance to sort of cultivate your space, so to speak, and like really just make it feel homey and comfortable?
It never, it never felt like it wasn't comfortable or homey, to be honest.
Uh-huh.
Um, I just rather be out.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of people are taking the opportunity to sort of reorganize furniture or like redecorate a little bit and just make sure that everything is like a little nest. I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe that would.
yeah, I thought about that too, but I don't know. That's like a lot
Yeah,
of
that's not
energy.
your thing, man.
Yeah. And also I've been watching TV. I don't usually watch TV unless it's socially, like if my friends want to watch a show together or something.
Mhm.
I've been doing that more. But yeah, I don't know. Trying to
Are you
find a
on?
routine. Pardon?
Are you on Netflix? Do you watch
Doing
Netflix?
Netflix party tonight.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, Familiar with what is it? King of Tigers or something? Tiger King? That
No.
new one
Oh,
that came
I
out?
saw it on Instagram. Someone talked about Tiger King. Like, what's it about?
Oh boy, it's about the exotic animal trade in the States,
Oh.
mostly tiger based. And
Mhm.
man, these people are. It turns into like a murder mystery for a little while, and then it just goes off the rails. I would recommend it. It's not too long. It's
Okay.
oh boy,
Yeah.
it oscillates between like seriousness and like some sad story and some actual like I don't know
Mm.
serious whatever. And then there's a lot of just like watching train wrecks.
Mm.
So
Cool.
I don't know. And big cats.
Mm. Big cats.
Apparently, there are more tigers captive in the States than there are in the rest of the world. That's the stat that they threw out near the beginning.
Oh. Okay. So it's like a documentary kind of thing.
It starts off very much like a serious documentary, and then it's more about the people.
Mm. Okay. I will consider giving it a watch. Yeah. But yeah, we want to hear what people are doing during this time and how they're keeping sane. It's really
Mhm.
interesting that there's so much, like we always knew there was misinformation out there, but this time of COVID-19 has really been showing how much misinformation is out there or how people really take information and try to mold it into a way that um, is attacking, really attacking people that are vulnerable. I watched a 50-minute long YouTube video on Tuesday night. It was this man who has this big following, and there were so many erroneous things he was talking about. I was like, and people are watching this, the older generation especially that have PhDs in coronavirus from WhatsApp, are watching this and are being misguided, and it's so dangerous. I don't know, like how I don't know what else to do except to just like tell people these people are not saying the truth.
Is it like a malicious thing that the guy's doing, or just he just doesn't know and he's trying to be helpful or something?
He starts off like, I am a scientist. I've been a scientist for X amount of years, so I know many things. So you have to listen to me. And anyone who doesn't really think critically would just like consume it and be like, yes, this must be the truth. And I've seen a
Yeah,
lot of things like that. Not just now
that,
with coronavirus, but I feel like now it's even more rampant.
yeah, it really reminds me of the thing that Sam was talking about when you guys were on 2 weeks ago or so. Of never really want to say, hey, you have to listen to me because I'm a scientist. I want you to listen to me because I have a track record of using my knowledge to you know do stuff correctly, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
I mean, you
And
get skeptical. People are like, I'm a scientist, and
hmm yeah, it was a train wreck to be honest. Okay,
like,
so some one thing specifically for you, you hope to achieve during this time. Hmm. I really hope to achieve prioritizing what self-care is for me. 'Cause I don't think I really did that a lot before this period.
I mean, that's probably the best thing you can do.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. If I were to be very specific, I would say probably trying to get back into like the yoga routine that I used to have.
Mm.
I used to do like a little bit every day, and then I kind of just stopped completely. So again, it's just like a form of self-care, really.
Yeah. Yeah. I realized, well, I posted it on Instagram last week, but I remember since I moved here, I would just randomly bake, and I realized that there was a correlation between me baking and me feeling stressed. And
Mm,
that was somewhat a form of self-care for me. Um, and yeah, I don't know, I guess like a light bulb went off in my mind because I had time to actually think about my actions. And I was like, oh wow, this is my form of self-care, or one of my forms of self-care. So yeah,
mhm.
I want to find my rhythm of self-care, I think, during this time.
Yeah. The last couple of months, I've been trying to keep a better like schedule or journal, and yeah, the banana bread.
More
That's right.
banana bread.
Yeah. And the one thing I've been trying to write down is when I'm feeling crappy, what do I do to try to make myself not feel crappy, and how effective was it? So I'm
Mm,
trying to create this list of little helpful self-care routines, and hopefully by the time, I don't know, by the end of the year or something, I'll have this collection of try this or try this.
mm.
I don't know. It might be a useful thing for
You could
people
even
to.
write a paper for yourself. Like you can like yeah, write a
Yeah,
paper with your findings and publish it to yourself.
yeah. That's a perfect thing to do. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, wow, that's a really good idea. I should consider that because I feel like mm, since this period I've been thinking about it very like anecdotally, but not actually like writing about it,
Yeah, I
about
find
what works for
making
me.
it physical and having like an actual tangible record kind of makes it more real for me. Also, I
Yeah,
just love stationery, so it's an excuse to use nice pens and stuff. So.
yeah, yeah. It's very scientific of you.
Let's see. Have you? Sorry, I lost my train of thought.
No,
So were you working with any students before all
I
this? I feel like you
was,
were.
yeah, I was. So I met them virtually since all of this, because they still have their projects due. by the end of this semester. So I've just been working with them. Really, a lot of my research output has been with them, to be honest.
Hmm.
Um, some to my actual project. I still have grading to do. I hate grading. It is the worst thing. Like I've been avoiding it, but I have to get the grades in by this evening.
Ah,
So
yeah.
yeah, there's that. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, that's a good question. How the TAing stuff is working for you. So they're submitting online stuff, I suppose,
Hmm.
and you're grading.
Yeah.
Are they doing exams, or has that been canceled, or what?
I honestly don't know.
Okay.
I'm just concerned with what I have to do. I don't have to do exams, so
Okay.
yeah,
I
yeah.
I'm TAing. Half of my hours are for a first year course. I still had some labs to TA, but those were canceled. So instead,
Mm,
we were invited and asked to go through previous exams and just write out solutions,
mm,
just for next year and helping people study or whatever.
I
Hi,
see.
Sam. Thank you. So that's kind of been a nice use of our outstanding hours. But what else? I made a do-at-home tutorial for the media numeracy course that I do.
Wow.
Uh, I tried to just sort of guide them through how to use some stats to answer some interesting questions. I wanted it to
Mm,
be topical, so I just did like housing prices in Hamilton and the change month over month. See if you can
mm,
like make any predictions of whether you should buy houses or not.
mm,
But you know, I don't want them to have to think too much about the marks. I want it to just be more like a, you know, keep your mind busy, learn
yeah.
something. It feels really crappy to have hand in assignments or whatever at this.
Mm. It's a stressful time. Like, how are we like demanding people, hey, you still have to submit this paper or like,
Yeah, people who are getting these take-home exams, I can't believe that.
yeah, it's too much.
Those are bad
Honestly, too
enough
much.
when we don't have a pandemic, but like,
Every single one of us has that.
Like I know of some courses, grad courses actually, where the exams are just like I said, no exams, don't like do nothing. Just find a way to get through this period and then we will, yeah.
yeah,
But
it's going to be fine whether people do the exams or not.
yeah, yeah, just take the grades up to whenever your last assessment was. That's it.
Yeah, I saw some people proposing that everything should just be pass-fail for this semester, and I'm all for that.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, it's not, this is not something that, happens every year, you know? So, yeah, indeed. But I guess we have to wrap our, the show is usually 30 minutes, so we should probably stick to that.
Yeah, yeah, that's good.
Yeah. So if anyone wants to say what they've been doing to keep them busy or keep them somewhat sane during this time, you can drop a comment below. We're just ending off soon in about 5 minutes. We host a radio show on campus at McMaster where we interview grad students about their research. We're not doing that right now. We're just talking about life.
If you do want to listen to some research stuff, we do have some back episodes.
Mhm.
They're pretty light. They're fun. Actually, I want to go back and listen to our first episode that we talked about COVID. I
Oh,
wonder I wonder what changed.
so many things must have changed. Wow, that was like right when it started.
That was our first show back from Christmas.
This is in January. Yeah,
Yeah,
like the second week in January. Do we even want to go back there?
I don't know. I remember you brought it up. You're like, I think we should talk about this. This seems breaking. I'm like, yeah, okay, sure.
Yeah, because at the time, I didn't say it on the radio, but at the time, my brother was stuck in Wuhan. He still is stuck in Wuhan. But he was stuck in Wuhan, and it was very like, we need to talk about this because my brother's going through this, and I need an outlet to talk about this. And yeah, it was really interesting. There was not a lot on the internet really about it. We were just going off of this was back when they were calling it inappropriately, and yeah, very
Hmm.
very limited information back then.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Certainly. For me, sorry,
pardon?
you go. I was gonna say certainly for me, it felt like a serious problem, but not my problem. But now it's clearly everybody's problem.
Yeah, 100%. If anyone wants to listen to any of our listen or watch, because we have YouTube now, any of our past shows, I cannot find the word. What is wrong with my brain? Um, if you want to listen or watch any of our past shows, you can go to almamac.ca. I'll just type it right here.
Yeah.
Yay.
And so when I end this off, there'll be a prompt that says save, I
Oh
believe.
yeah,
Is
yeah,
that
and then
coming?
we'll have it on IGTV if you want to watch this afterwards also.
Okay. Cool. Well, that's actually what we're pretty close to 12:30 now, right?
12:27.
12:27, I say.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know, maybe we'll hang out for another couple minutes, see if anybody wants to share anything, and then
hmm Hi,
call it.
Stefan, Johnny, and yeah, Kim, I just sent the link.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't usually do Instagram lives, but I found now, like at nighttime especially, like 10 people have Instagram live sessions, and it's like, wow, this is what we have
Hmm.
to do to keep us active and sane.
I found a lot of yoga studios are doing it, which I
Yeah.
love. That's really nice.
I should
I should.
probably resume yoga. I did it once and I was like, oh my God, this is great. But finding time for things is just so hard for me. But now I have all the time in the
Yeah,
world, it feels like.
really. I found that learning one basic flow, like a basic sun salutation, that I could sort of memorize, so that I wouldn't have to go to the 30 or 60-minute videos. That was kind of the thing that really got me into the habit, because I could just sit down and spend 2 minutes or 20 minutes or whatever, and you know, so something
Yeah.
worth trying out, I guess.
hmm
Maybe I'll bake something today. Maybe
Bake, maybe.
I'll try your thing.
I have bread. I can make a bread pudding.
Hmm.
Yeah, is another one of the things I like to bake. It's really bread pudding and banana bread.
Banana
And
bread pudding.
You can make vegan creme brulee.
is that a
Ooh.
thing?
Banana bread pudding or vegan creme brulee?
Vegan creme. I've never made creme brulee. I wouldn't want to try and mess it up. But a banana
Um,
bread pudding, like how would you do that? Like you just slice the banana into the bread pudding mixture?
yeah, I'll just mash it up with the rest of the bread.
I will consider this.
I'm imagining it'd almost just be like a banana pancake batter situation.
I do make banana pancakes actually. Yeah. I will. Yes, thank you. Yes, Kim, I agree. It does sound awesome.
You're gonna have
I
to
will.
record it and
Maybe I'll do that
upload it.
tomorrow actually, because tonight I have to grade. I can't not grade. So, or maybe I'll do it. Maybe I'll say, okay, if I get X amount of papers done grading, then I will bake this bread pudding. That'll
Yeah,
be my reward.
there you go.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Thank you.
We are actually out of time, but thanks everyone for tuning in. All
Yeah.
three of you.
We had a bunch of people coming in and out though. That was really
Yeah,
nice.
yeah, that was nice. So thank you for tuning in, and we'll do this again next week.
Yeah, sounds
Yeah,
good.
yeah. Bye.
Bacon. See you guys.
Yeah.